Today we take comfortable and efficient travel for granted. Highways, flyovers, modern bridges and kilometers upon kilometers of asphalted roads provide a smooth ride. We have cars, planes, trains and buses to make travel a pleasant experience. But just over 100 years ago, before the advent of the motor car and mechanized forms of travel, the traveler made his way around Sri Lanka by foot, on horseback, or riding on a bullock cart. Along the forest and village paths around Sri Lanka, we find the remains of small accommodations built by the kings of old, places for the weary traveler to find respite from the journey, a refuge from the elements. The Ambalama was not only a place of shelter for wayfarers to rest in, but also was a place to consume meals and also serve as a meeting place within the villages. The journey to one's destination in times past would mean an arduous trek through small village paths, often encountering wild animals. These small structures were mainly built using timber with clay roof tiles and, in some instances, stone pillars. Unfortunately, most of these resting stops or ambalamas have deteriorated in condition or have been lost over time due to the structure perishing. Although we do not have an exact number, it is estimated that the ambalamas, presently intact, could be lower than 200. The archaeology department has conserved some, while others are maintained, preserved and used by the local villagers. The ambalamas were built in different sizes and in different locations. Sometimes they were sited close to a stream or a well to provide a water source. The traveler would meet with other villagers and it would be a place to discuss news and matters as decreed by the king of the time. Inside most ambalamas there is a ledge or bench which goes around the structure, meant for one to use for sitting on or sleeping on. Some of these ambalamas had stone pillars used in the construction, which have survived to date. Trusses or doorways made of granite also remain in its original form. During the Kandyan era, the Ambalama was adorned with elaborate wood carvings. In some of the restored sites, the archaeology department has reconstructed the wooden pillar heads or trusses with the embellishment known as a pakada or pakadea, to give the structure a semblance of the original architecture. The pakadas are dated as belonging originally in the Gampala period. However, it was predominantly used during the period of the Kandyan kingdom, where art and architecture flourished. The motifs used may be geometric designs, flowers, or even animals. An exemplary form of this wood carving are on the original pillars at the Ambalama temple and the Magul Madua, that's the Royal Audience Hall in Kandy. Though the temple at Ambalama was not an Ambalama, interestingly there are some stone pillars remaining of an original Ambalama just a short distance away. This was a location where the king used this edifice as a viewing gallery for the processions or peraharas passing by. Due to the Ambalamas losing their relevance in the modern day, there is a threat to the few which remain. Being close to large roadways means pollution, vandalism, and vagrants taking up residence, and that means that this likely will be part of a disappearing heritage of Sri Lanka. The few which have been restored or looked after have now taken on a modern usage where some may shelter from the sun or use it as a place to check their digital devices. In other places, the original use is forgotten, and the city and its people move around with the Ambalama receding into the background of modern buildings. Continuing to preserve and maintain the few Ambalamas left is an imperative for Sri Lanka's society. This is so that future generations can see firsthand the structure which played a vital and intimate role in village lives and also provided the weary traveller of times gone by with shelter, a brief respite from their arduous journey.
නමුත් සියලුම කැටයන් 514ක් තියෙනවා.